Yeah, I think the big thing about mental ill health is that no one's immune. So I think a lot of guys can think you're invincible, particularly being a young bloke, sort of coming out of school and stuff. You think you can be invincible, but I think yeah, no one's immune to mental ill health. That's probably the biggest realisation that I came to. Well, there's a lot of really great mental health organisations out there, and there's a few guys in the team work with other ones throughout Sydney. My attraction to Batyr was just the energy. It's a really young group of people. Got a great founder in Seb Robertson, great CEO in Sam Rev Shorgy, and a lot of the people involved are just young, enthusiastic people. So, you know, I think they've spent a lot of time sort of learning where they're going to fit into the mental health charities kind of world. But they've really done that the last few years, and they've come into their own, and it's a great organisation to be associated with. Yeah, so I think the biggest thing has been reducing the stigma. We've been fortunate enough to get a few people into schools. We've had a full-time employee up there for I think the last 2 or 3 years. I've had a large ball every year, the White Elephant Ball, run by Katrina Campbell and a great committee up there. And so that stigma's really breaking down, and people are being more prepared to talk about it, which is massive, and massive for the community. And I think our role as young men isn't to be counsellors or psychologists or anything that we're not trained to be. Our role as young men is to be mates with the blokes around us and just to make sure that a guy's okay. You don't have to say, how's your mental health, I don't think. I think what you need to do is when you see that one of your mates is down or he's acting a little bit differently and he's a bit flat, just to make sure he's okay and let him know that it's okay to speak about how he feels, or it's okay to speak about feeling flat with your mates. You know, speaking about the serious stuff, that's what we leave to the counsellors, but I think you just got to make sure that your mate's okay and your teammates are all right. Yeah, I'd say if you think about it, it's worth having a go. The more the merrier, and it's such a great organisation to be associated with, so I couldn't encourage anyone who's thinking about it more, go and get involved, and at the very least you'll meet some great people and potentially make some great friends. For me, routine's really important, so it always has been. So for me, I like to get down and have a swim every morning at Bondi or at the beach, and then from there on, just making sure that my routine remains the same, and make sure I don't string too many boozy nights together is pretty important as well. They can get you a bit flat. So they're the main things for me. I think I've been fortunate in that I've been in a good environment in the rugby world that can really help with how you look after your mental health. Being active and being in that routine is really important for me.